Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tilly here again. If you're new, subscribe below. For those of you who have been here the whole time, again, thank you so much for coming back to watch me. Okay, this is gonna be hopefully a sweet one as always. Yeah, everything crossed for that. I want to talk about the importance of teamwork in a relationship. Okay. I want to talk about this in a way that does not reflect or does not suggest, okay, any flaws in my personal relationship or any of the relationships that I'm aware of or any of the relationships of the people that I'm connected to, okay? Obviously, some of this some of these things that I'm going to be talking about, stories that I'm going to be talking about, are going to be drawn from my personal experience and the things I've learned on the journey with my own shortcomings, and the things. This is so tricky, yeah, because I don't want anyone to take this personal, yeah. But I was talking about teamwork makes the dream work. I had a delivery, so I had to pause the whole thing, and yeah. Anyway. Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. I was having a conversation with someone in my family, and it sort of developed into an argument. And I realized, we're not two different teams, or like we're not on our own here. We're working together as a team to build something. Okay, and I was reminded about how footballers, even those who are benched, still get paid when there is a match. Okay. And I was also reminded of how all those people, usually in a football team, they come together and they, create the vision of how they're going to score goals and how they're going to win together. Okay. I think in the context of a relationship, especially in the last few months, I'm going to draw from my own personal relationship here, okay? And it's not a reflection on anyone's relationship that I sort of know about. If anyone I know is watching here, I've realized that for me and my partner, we literally have to be aware and be conscious of the fact that we are in a team and not working individually. You know how they say two become one? I know I'm not married yet, but there is something that is powerful when two people agree and come together. I think it's in Amos 3:3. Two can't walk together unless they agree. And I have found that challenge in my relationship the last few months. Sometimes it's on my part, sometimes it's on my baby daddy's part, okay? Sometimes I realize that we are so individualistic in our approach and so independent that we can't come together because we think we're winning for ourselves, and we don't realize that whatever we do brings the causes all of us to win together. Okay. Basically, let me go back to that story. So when we were having the argument, my attention was drawn to footballers in a team and how they have to work collaboratively together, if that's a word, in order to win. And I was also reminded of the Tower of Babel, how it's in the book of Genesis, I believe, how they all came together and they were able to build, a building all the way up to the heavens, okay? And I realized that if it was just one person, say just a mason or a carpenter or a plumber, they wouldn't have been able to bring the building all the way up there, okay? So I think it's important for people to realize, especially if you're in a relationship, that it doesn't just take you for the relationship to be successful. It takes the both of you, and it takes the agenda and the vision. Both of you understanding the vision, both of you understanding the destination, both of you understanding the journey, both of you understanding what is required of you as individuals, even the common attitude, yeah? And I know I'm getting feisty already. Just to bring in a good attitude to the table to be able to bring the vision, birth the vision, I suppose. Okay, sometimes my sister said something funny the other day. I was talking to her and I was like, yeah, I won that argument, blah blah blah. And then she was like, no, you guys, you're working or operating as if you're individuals. It's not about winning the argument, I won 1-0 or whatever, counted. It's not about that. It's about working together. And I was reminded of that time when I had the argument, and I thought of that. And I think lately the Holy Spirit has just been drawing my attention to all these things, and I realized that it takes two to tango. It takes two to agree for something, for people to be people to thrive, for things to work out. Okay, I can't just sit here and be like, oh, let's do I want to do this, I want to do. It takes another person coming on board to bring the input for me to be able to see the result of the thing that I'm building. Okay, I'm not entirely skilled. No man is an island, and if I win alone, like, what's the point? It's better that we all come together and then we win together, rather than, you sit there in the struggle on your own, you can't figure it, and it's like you're too proud or you're too whatever to figure the thing out. You're better off inviting the help of another person, or understanding what the other person can bring to the table, and humble yourself, allow the person to come on board and fully express themselves and give of themselves fully for the vision to be birthed. And if the vision is, today, let's say, example, let's take baby to school. Somebody wakes up on time, prep the baby breakfast, get the baby ready, blah blah blah, and then we take baby to nursery or school or whatever. Like, sometimes I know I'm probably not explaining this thing properly, but the way in my head I've clocked this thing here, you literally cannot build with another person unless the person is on board with the vision. As sad as it is to say, that is the reality, I suppose. That is the reality. That's the only way I can phrase it. And I think for me, I knew about it, but it's the character and the humility that comes into play that is required, is the thing that I've clocked properly on my behalf, and in my own, I suppose, realization. That's something I need to learn to be able to play my part wherever I'm supposed to fit, or wherever I've been positioned, so that I can play my part very well, whether it's in a family setting, whether it's in a workplace setting, whether it's in a church setting. Wherever you find yourself, like, play your role properly and understand how your involvement interlinks with another person in order to be able to produce the result or the vision that is desired. Okay, and yeah, like I said, teamwork makes the dream work. I can't phrase it any better than the quote goes, and that's something that I've learned. I really need to develop a team building spirit, and I know a lot of people are on here who can relate to what I'm saying, and I'm not chastising anybody, or I'm not like condemning people's individualistic tendencies, but I think if you want to build with another person, you have to bring yourself up to their level, okay, and then have one mind, one purpose, one vision, one understanding, so that you can create or get to the destination and go on the same journey that you intend to, okay, without butting heads. So yeah, that's my simple lesson for today, about teamwork, and something that I'm challenging myself to work on this year. So I hope that you guys can take this on board as well, and it can be hopefully a blessing to all of us when we clock it and we actually able to practicalize it. Is that a word? I don't know. Yeah, practice it. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one as always. Okay, so bye guys.